Ooh, that feels good. Hey, everybody. Welcome to I Got So Fed Up with Spider Guardian that my entire left shoulder decided to start John McCaining out, and I had to take a few days off. It was not related to that. I was an injury from like Friday or something finally catching up to me. But we're playing this, yes, with the magic of PrimeHack, which is a modded version of the... I choked on my word order for a second there. It's an altered version of Dolphin that basically allows you to do some special stuff with Metroid Prime, in addition to giving us a couple of extra, like, quality of life changes, which that's always going to be nice. It also lets us control with keyboard and mouse. So I sincerely hope that I remember what my control scheme that I chose was. I mean, I remember at least part of it, but some of the rest is probably going to be a little bit awkward. We are going to make an attempt, I think, now to actually try for 100% scans on Prime 2. I make no guarantees. I may screw that up. But there's also some added stuff here, like we can skip cutscenes. It will skip at least some of the scenes for getting items, which is going to be great because, you know, how much time do we need to spend having to click through, hey, you got a missile expansion. I know what a missile expansion is. I've played like a video game before. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure it was Balatro, but, you know, do whatever, something. Anywho, yeah, we're going to try to get through this game properly. I'm hoping that the improved ball handling in this game, and the ability to spring ball will make certain bosses basically a little bit less painful. I wouldn't really assume that that's going to help us against the infamous Boost Guardian, but maybe just being a little bit more experienced and just being a little bit more used to keyboard mouse in general will improve our odds at least slightly. Although, yeah, I gotta say that playing this with not a controller and basically just a control scheme that's not GameCube, you know, old boy here, that does kind of feel a little bit unholy on some level. Like, I feel like I'm doing something that would actually kind of get... It feels a little bit like... So, I've talked about this before, but right after, and I mean right the fuck after Metroid Dread came out, there were articles just immediately like, oh, you can play it on 60 FPS on Ryujinx and Yuzu, on sites like Kotaku and stuff like that. And the same thing happened with the Switch 1 version of Prime 4. I don't think there's any such like improvements available for Switch 2 version. And like, goddamn, first of all, the amount of people who are already just like, oh yeah, we love Metroid, we just don't like to play it on hardware. I think there's something really, really interesting about that. And also, just overall, the other half of things here is that it does kind of feel like it's in that weird category of like, man, I'm doing something that Nintendo would be most displeased about. Okay, which one was my visor menu? I think it was... No, that's my pause. Yes, okay. Yeah, so we're probably going to notice a little bit of lag here and there. Also, I've got to remember that my scan button is my lock-on key and not the shoot button. I do wish that I could do, like, full-on, like, as if this were an actual PC game level of shuffling up the controls and fixing them for stuff like that to make it play a little bit more. But you do what you can with what you've got, and to be honest with you, PrimeHack already kind of feels like one of those things that's like, this is a hell of a programming accomplishment for a small crew doing a fork of Dolphin. So that already makes it feel like there's even fewer people, right? That it is just like, wow, this is miraculous that it exists. So how much can I truly complain? And the answer is, well, oh yeah, all my beam stuff wouldn't be a thing I could actually show off yet because that's all bound to my mouse wheel. And also, I don't have any beams yet. Oh, right. I thought the drop-off was a little bit later than this, actually, like a minute or two. Yeah, this button does this, and... Right, I click the middle mouse to... I'm just trying to remember what all my control scheme is, everybody, so... Yeah, it might take a second. It's not really ideal, but I'm never great at, like, mapping stuff out for any sort of PC game. If I ever build a real video game and it's not just like an RPG Maker thing, I'm going to have to pass it around to some people and be like, hey, can you teach me how to make a control scheme that doesn't suck eggs? Because otherwise, like, literally everything will be bunched up. Honestly, there's probably not much reason for me to do all that, but... to, like, smash all those crates, but I guess mentally I'm just like, yeah, do it. Yeah, and these are just shoot them with a single shot. I was expecting it to be missiles for some reason. Also, I don't remember if this room was quite this hazy in this way before. Yeah, this is going to take a sec for me to remember a lot of this shit. I apologize. Ah, right. I saw that thing as just a wall, and obviously I don't remember anything about this intro sequence really at all, unfortunately. I mean, this is literally only the third time I've ever played it in my entire life, I think. So, clearly my brain is just a little bit like, oh, what do you do here? And there's going to be a lot of me just dropping the scan visor prematurely. I apologize. It's going to just be a thing throughout the entire game. Oh, yeah. Oh, this tilts around with the mouse. That is fair, but it feels so weird. Yeah, plus we're, like, on the underside of this map, aren't we? Yes, we are on the underside of this map, so this feels, like, off to handle. I hope I don't have to rely on the map too much. Oh, right. That must be the plus button. Okay, then. Anyway, yeah. Is that not the B button? That's not the B button, I guess. Shit. Control. No, right. Spacebar, right. Yes, because the B button is jump in these games. Right. I got slightly confused because I couldn't remember how buttons work on the Wiimote. Oh yeah. Let's try scanning these dudes. Hey, you're not a Grenchler, are you? You're a worker splinter. Alrighty. So I'm assuming that these guys are all just the same dude, right? There's not a secret, like, fat worker splinter in there or something. Hey, you have some lore on you. I don't think that's the science team is Vapor for Brains, guys. So, like, how much do I care? Answer, probably more than I'm acting like, really, but that's the one that everybody remembers, if anything, right? Here, I was gonna say, can I run those guys over with the boost ball? And the answer is maybe if I was paying a little more attention, but ha ha ha. And you have nothing to give me info-wise. Yeah, security breach. Nobody knows what these dudes are. Anyway, I did not know off the top of my head that you could VR these, but that's actually pretty neat. I mean, asterisk that I'm not necessarily the most invested in VR, but for the people who are, that's very cool. And genuinely, I'm like happy for that as an option for folks. Power restored to gate system. You don't say. Nope. Ah! Zombies! Dark Trooper. I don't have a dark beam yet. Oh. Yeah, wrong Metroid Prime game. Sorry. You'd think I'd be able to put this together by now, but here we are. Actually, I gotta say that this mode of things does make stuff a lot easier to do without even locking on to things. So that feels distinctly unexpected. You know what? Hey, does this thing have a logbook? Maybe just not that one. Oh yeah, remember to scan this thing. Doo-doo-doo! And now we can walk back to the place where we just were. Oh, right. There's another tunnel there. Oh, what do you mean I don't get super missiles to start with? What kind of sequence where I get to test out my new abilities is this? Oh. It's not actually that big a deal. Also, that sound of the door closing distracts me because it's kind of loud in this game. But very specifically, also, it sounds like this sound effect that you hear underneath the very intro, and this is going to be really weird for me to bring up, I think, of the song When... Yes, it's When Worlds Collide, not Where Worlds Collide, by Powerman 5000, which the band that Rob Zombie's brother... son? I think son started. Look at me not knowing my whole lore here. Hey, look, it's Dark Samus. I think we can skip that cutscene because we've seen it before. Alright, tell me about that thing Dark Samuel was messing with. Unknown! Oh, why am I even paying you for this, scan visor? I'm not paying my scan visor? That's fair. Oh, we got thrown into the hole. Man, that's a lot of warrior ings, and oh, look, it's Phazon again. God damn it, the blue uranium just, like, exists everywhere in the universe. Or blue uranium, I guess? Sure, let's go with that. Sorry, Samus, your flashlight ran out of batteries. Uh-oh, time to bail. Yeah, Samus, I usually get, like, headaches being around people, too. What causes the atmosphere poison in Dark Ether again? Is it just that it, like, smells like an anime convention or something? I forget the exact wording. This is only, like, 80% a joke, BT dubs. Like, the idea is clearly supposed to be, oh, yeah, by the way, it's, like, poisoned by dark energy, but... Well, at least if there were warm climates on... At least if Dark Ether had warm climates, then we would be, like, completely safe. And by warm climates, I obviously mean, like, super hot climates. Not that super hot. That's probably a little bit technologically, like, not likely to happen on a GameCube. We'll put it that way. Although I guess, honestly, maybe the concept behind super hot is probably... not something you couldn't do on a Game Boy. Or Game Boy. Game Boy, what the fuck am I? GameCube, sorry. Game Boy. Jesus. I mean, you could have enemies moving around at the same time that you do on a Game Boy probably too, but it would be an FPS. That'd probably be a little bit too ambitious. I don't think any of the 8-bit consoles ever really even tried that. Like, maybe I'm wrong and somebody made an 8-bit NES Doom or something out there. Actually, they probably have, haven't they? People run Doom on, like, everything, so... And yeah, we don't have bombs anymore, so we can't ball jump. Also, suit's looking a little bit oranger than before. I think a little bit that they just did some color shifting a little bit for the Wii version. It was locking onto the broken lock. That's fun. Okay, anything big to scan? I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again. That thing's out of scanning range. This is the transportation crate. Ooh, yeah. From girlfriend security. Wait, no, that's not what that means. It's Galactic Federation. You know, those guys who are, like, fairly recent additions to this game's canon, all considered. Now let's scan this thing. Oh, heck, I can't read weird bug. Probably a good thing I got those guys that fast. Oh yeah, I don't have space jump anymore either. Right. You can tell how much I've already forgotten of, like, what I played of the game last week. Because my memory is crap. Alright, you look like a... Yeah, I was gonna say, not a thing that I fought earlier. Looked a bit like a zoomer. Not that kind of zoomer. Oops. It's okay, I wasn't interested in that guy anyway. He's probably just some dude. And these are definitely just more green Crowleys. Which I guess is probably supposed to be like Crawley, which, I mean, hey. They do kind of resemble Sir Crawley. Wait, no. Something else. Sorry. You anything to say? Okay, I guess that probably has to wait. Yeah, one thing that I completely understand, but I'm not sure I like, is the fact that when I'm locked, I can't move my camera any if I'm not like targeting anything. Like I'm doing circles with my mouse right now. So that may be a thing that gets me to use it less, I guess. On top of everything else. So if in the back of your head you're like, wow, you're really not using a lot of targeting, well, there is a reason for that. And that crate lowers partially and severs the cables. Which... something about how this was laid out confused me a little bit the first time. I think we saw that, though. I was like, huh? As I had completely forgotten how, like, everything about this part of the game was. Listen, I would never accuse me of being smart. Oh, for a sec I thought that was a ball passage. It is not a ball passage. Pfft. Hey you, what do you got to say? Okay, yeah, that locks down the tunnel in order to actually let us through here. I think one of those bugs got cut in half there. Well, the door's pretty good at crushing bugs, too, so, hey. Credit there, I suppose. Anything to say about these things? Oh, it's just background details, basically. It's not monsters. It's not like a... it's not a sap sack or anything. It's not a scan. These probably aren't either. And a penis. Oh, hey, Alum, you're being perceived as it. Well, that's just... oh, man. That weather. Okay, I think these are still just our regular issue Dark Troopers here. Yep. Did I skip this fight? Because I see the door is openable from this perspective. But they gave it special music, so that feels... that feels like a weird thing to allow me to do. Is just like, hey, yeah, we had some battle music for you. Oh, you're just walking away. Yeah, I got a Growler class turret here. Growls at us, I don't know. Yeah, we can't deal with the gate from this side. We gotta go around, everybody. Balls. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that off the top of my head, but... I guess I got to figure more of this stuff out. It'd be... Ow. Right, this thing doesn't have much power, so it keeps resetting its position and trying to bite me. Strangely enough, I don't think it does damage. Yeah, we've seen this scene before, so... I'll be skipping cutscenes a little bit more judiciously for the early parts of the game that we've seen already. So apologies to anybody who dislikes that. But I mean, honestly, I've got like 4 or 5 streams worth of this to actually play back through. So I feel like something to trim that a little bit would probably not be a terrible idea. At least in theory. Map station. Does this have a scan associated with it? It does not have anything for your logbook. That's probably for the better because those are missable in like Prime 1 because you can't scan them afterwards, but I believe the map station is a scan in Prime 1. Yeah, obviously this missile thing isn't going to have a scan, but just wanted to show it off anyway. There we go. Yeah, we got our missile thing back. Yeah, you can see those item cutscenes are getting skipped. I'm going to have to turn that back on later, basically, like, once I get up to Spider Guardian. Because I do still want to show those off. It's just an option in PrimeHack, thankfully, so it's quite easy to, like, fix that. Oh yeah, I didn't remember to look for that. I've still got a little bit of Steam Wallet cash sitting, so I probably should take a peek at that. And I think there was something else really small I wanted to have another look at and see if it was on sale, but I cannot remember off the top of my head now. Oops. Oops. Oh. I thought for sure that this was a thing I had to break. Still getting used to the controls again, guys. Maybe this is the wrong... I think this is the wrong way, actually. Unfortunately, due to how my things are set up, the map is kind of a pain in the butt to use, so I'm probably going to be using it less. But yeah, it's this way. It is this way. Activate the orb cannon. Maybe one day I'll be in a position where I'll take game suggestions. I don't know. Oh. Yeah. No scan for those things, period, I guess, which is kind of a shock. But again, that was a totally missable scan in Prime 1, so arguably that's a smarter idea. Yeah, yellow shield is power bombs for anybody who's wondering. So we can't deal with that for a minute. I forget if that was a thing that I explained at the time. Oop. I mean, I guess I could, like, actually get off my butt and remember to add you on Steam or something. But I'm bad at that. I'm bad at these things. Yeah, sucking some of the... Oh, right, no, these are just... There's nothing floating around out there. Oh, these guys literally are just the war wasps from the previous game, I guess, but this time they gave them projectiles because that's what a wasp needs to be a good enemy, right? Oh yeah, I gotta find a scan for the ball gun, don't I? There we go. Why did I think that was the other way? And I just forget everything constantly. Oh yeah, we can actually shoot the wasp's nest with regular gun in this game. Right? Or charge beam, anyway. Maybe it is only missiles. That's weird. That doesn't feel like it was the case back in, Yeah, it's no scan. You can tell it's a scan or not because it'll start showing the meters once you start scanning. Or, of course, if it's an important scan, it will have some color to it, so... Yeah, I remember this. It's like hit it with the orb thing again. And then missiles. And then yeah, and then I ball again. It's just I forgot the order of operations a little bit here. And I don't like those wasps very much. Yeah, I did see those, by the way, so... The ones that you posted specifically. I just don't remember if I remember all the words that were attached there, but hey. I did see that... I saw the graphics, so... At least I got that going. At least I can say that. Up we go. Whoop. Oh, yeah. I'm not entirely surprised that the first area enemies almost all have them. Rocky, I guess a little... Well, actually, Rocky would probably be like, hey, we got to commemorate this thing for sucking in the speedrun, because when it moves, oh boy. At that point, it's like, hey, if you need a bathroom break, that's a good time to do it. Because you'll be there for a week otherwise. Oh. Hey, I only got like half of the scan. Can I get those dudes back? The answer appears to be no. Maybe when I come through here another time. Yeah, a lot of various run killers do tend to end up getting emotes for reasons that are perhaps not surprising. Oh. Right. There's a mini boss thing here, right? Yeah, it's where we fight the Alpha Splinter, isn't it? Hey. Boys, settle down. Yeah, see, like, I might not press the shift button very much, the lock-on button, to avoid messing with my, you know, in case I fail to, like, target it properly, it would probably screw with my, oh, hey. Screw with my mobility a little too much to... Yeah, I have to assume that that's a bit of a rough time, to put it nicely. I haven't seen a Quest 64 speedrun in a while, though. Hey! Get some special text, it just isn't letting me skip the cutscene. Oh, there we go. I had to wait a minute, I guess. Oh, right. This thing just has the energy controller. It's one of those things that I think really unnerved me the first time I played this. Possibly, if I'm recalling correctly. And I'm not. Because first time I played this was a fucking eternity ago. Alright, so now I should be able to speak bird, right? Oh. That's right, these ones aren't birds, right. Whoops. What's your deal? Oh, right, it's the lore projector. Well, now that we can scan purple doodads, it's time for us to move forward. Yeah, that would definitely be pretty serious. And yeah, I would assume that that would also be in the... I assume it would be in the run, I guess, just by virtue of the fact that there's your easy source of extra levels if you need them for the run. So, of course, they're going to put that there. Because either that or grind battles, and they take a lot longer. Assuming good RNG anyway. Which, maybe that's not really a thing you can assume. By maybe, I mean, ooh. Back the old knuckles a little bit there. All right, here we are. And let's not just go back the crate direction, because we didn't get new abilities other than the ability to read purple stuff. Oh, wait, no, we got missiles on that route, so yeah. Oh, did we already... We did already scan the Dark Splinters at some point, huh? I legitimately don't recall doing that, so... Alright then, why not, I guess. Why the hell not? Yeah, that would definitely be the problem, unless you get, like, God RNG, in which case, well... Comparatively speaking, that's one for the TAS. That button is up. That... See, I'm trying to remember from the shape of the elevator room. I think that is actually the one that we have to go to, so... Give me a second. Again, it's kind of incredible how fast I've, like, failed to keep this all together. Oh, right. There was a translation door here. I must have been thinking of somewhere else that it wasn't, so I was confused. Still the same bug. All right. Well, we're getting to Ag and Waste much faster than when I was playing this before, but we should at this point, really, but hey. He's surely scannable, right? Yeah. They don't have anything for me because I don't need anything right now. Just kind of silly. Right, so what was your deal? Oh yeah, the sandgrass counts as a scan. Take a look at that in a second. Incredible. That's a fun image meme here. Oh, I accidentally clicked out of my window. So now I get to readjust everything there, because left click is my fire button, which is probably unsurprising when I talked about, hey, I can play this in keyboard and mouse. I'm trying to think of what is like the closest piece of anything that he wore to a skirt in any of the previous games. And admittedly, I don't remember all of Sigma's like fashion choices, so there we go. Here's our Sandbat scan. Seeing this whole probably okay, so it just goes halfway up. It's just there. It's just there to tease you. Well, all right. That is kind of like a strange, non-economical piece of design, though. Oh, that worm is mad, apparently. They explode so violently. What are they full of? Maybe their specific acid is like picric acid or something, because they've clearly got some sort of acid attack. And picric acid, I know, is one that's explosive. I don't think it's one that you usually find in like a liquid form so much, though, but hey. Never mind all that. Old Pucky. I gotta clear off some of them sandbats real quick, because otherwise they'll cause you some issues. Oh hey, it's the one-way door room for some reason. Oh right. Can't do anything with that yet. Whoops. Oh. Yeah, we got some dudes. Pirate Trooper. I don't have a pirate beam yet. What the fuck are you talking about, game? Oh. Oh, I see. Oh, right. That's the portal pathway. I think we don't go there yet. As the Grisby enemy type knockoff is called the Brizgy in this game. Oh ho 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 ho. Can't climb that very well. I think this is the way we go first, right? Nah, that the Shriek Bats were deciding to give me some guff. I'm gonna have to reattempt to scan. They show up in a lot of places, but just in case they're like special or something. I'm not gonna reset the game if I miss a scan immediately. Unless I absolutely know it to obviously be a one-off. But there's definitely some that I'll be like, well, I'm going to retry for that. Oh, you went into dark mode very fast. Would I have just been up shit creek if I hadn't done the scan? Or was the scan required to proceed in the fight? I do not recall. That move that it does with the like huge amount of bombs very pointedly reminds me of that thing you can do in Super Metroid where you just charge up your beam and then you drop into ball form and you just spray bombs all over the place. Like obviously it's a significantly more over the top version of that compared to what you do in Super Metroid, but still very very similar idea to me. And yeah, we're definitely low on missiles, but game, that's because you haven't been coughing up any missile ammo for like a solid week here. Eesh. And please at least give me some after the boss. Nope. Okay, good. We can actually hit that thing from behind-ish. Behind-ish, but, you know, not the most behind anybody's ever seen, but hey. I'm pretty close. That does mean that at least it's a little bit easier. Doing the like strafe dashing is a little bit awkward with my current setup. This is definitely a big reason why I would probably prefer to have done this with a controller, but even the Switch controller that I was using, since it's on a micro USB, I think it's got to be a PC issue where their connections are not great. And I tried using a piece of software to use my PS3 controller, but when I was doing that, and I know my PS3 controller is in fine shape, it was having like issues doing the inputs, and the same thing actually for my Switch controller at the time that I tried to do that. Like, especially for the sticks, Dolphin was not really very interested in doing that properly. So it was quite the struggle, although it seemed to control fine afterwards. I just was very worried about it. And, you know, between that and the fact that I then also had to worry about disconnects and everything still, I was kind of like, fuck it, I'll go to keyboard and mouse. Again, maybe there's a sense of, like, questionable legitimacy to this, but I'm already on an emulator, so if anybody has gripes, well, you're arguing with the wrong part of the premise, my friend. Yeah, just gotta make sure that these are, like, actually not valuable scans. Alright, well, this bug has taught us some new words in bug language. He taught us how to swear. Excellent. I didn't need the help, but... yeah, see, this does feel a little bit better with the... Oh, yeah, I was supposed to try to scan those guys. Right, I already forgot. To be honest with you, I don't think I remembered what room they were in, so... Oh, yeah, we got Lumites here. I don't like that. I'm gonna be back here eventually anyway. Hopefully I remember to try to scan the Dark Necrobats or whatever they're called. Dark Necrophear or something. No, that's completely different. Pardon me. My brain is confused. Nope. Ooh, that's a bright light. Yes, we got some more missiles. It's always good. Whoa. Great. How much more information can it possibly give us, right? The answer is... Oh, the answer is something. The other answer here is... Do I remember where the map station in this part of the world is? I think that might help us out tremendously, but you better believe I don't remember. This way goes backwards, right? Energy tank, yeah! Yeah. That's always good. Oh, right, I should probably go get that other chunk of lore, shouldn't I? I mean, hey, I spent all of my initial playthrough where I was like, I'm not going to get any scans. I'm not getting 100% scans, and then every time I saw one of those, I was like, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy. Like some sort of buffoon who can't keep their word for anything. Ah, right, here's the map station. Excellent. That's great. Glad we found it eventually. Okay, meanwhile, I'll be right back, everybody. Okay, I think the real test of the system is going to be, do I not remember, pardon me, do I remember to not pick up, rather, the GameCube controller when I start this back up? Because I have a bad feeling that I'm just going to grab that. I'm going to be like, oh shit, it's broke. No, it's just me being an idiot again. It's all right. It'll be fine, probably. Just remember that I'm playing this keyboard and mouse. I think maybe the part where it's not a projection out of OBS will probably hopefully help me clue into that. Probably hopefully clue me into, yeah, whatever. It's words are just kind of like tiny little candies of no real something or other here. It's like swallowing. It's like, oh, like one single nerd, as in nerds candy, because that's like the first thing I could think of is like, what's the tiniest candy you can think of? And it's nerds. Like one singular piece of nerd. Unfortunately, one singular nerd does also describe the content of this broadcast, at least on my end of things. Okay, so remember that to get to this, we just have to carefully sneak it, just do the old quarterback sneak there. And we are all good. So at this point, I believe this is where we start doing the thing where we piece this together. All right, you guys are just regular pirate troopers. I don't know. I can't tell the facial detail too well. Do they have eye patches? Probably not. All right, and now is when they get to be a little bit on the nastier side by becoming the Dark Pirate Troopers. It's very interesting how Ing Infestation always seems to increase these dudes' stats. Like, what's up with that? I've yet to... I don't think there's any monsters in this game where it's like, oh, suddenly becoming Dark Elemental makes you become less statted. Like, okay, sure, you probably take more damage from my light beam, but I don't have one of those right now, so you're in the clear, champ. Oh, that wasn't finished scanning. Whoops. I let go of that button a little bit too fast. Oops. Of course, there's wasps everywhere in this place, right? It wouldn't be a sand place in a Metroid Prime game if there weren't, like, grotesque amounts of wasps everywhere. What am I doing? I don't need to do that. It's silly. Yeah, it seems like it's a lot easier to chain hits together with the bombs than I remember it being. Now, really don't look at the beam in this version, because I bet with how harsh that was to my actual human eyes on the GameCube, I bet it's potentially even more severe on the Wii. At least theoretically. He. You have any... Oh. I know what a portal is, don't worry. I actually wanted to scan that bomb slot before I did that, because I didn't think it would likely have any extra information, but just in case. Dark Ether's atmosphere is dangerous. Yes, just like Chicago, but listen, if I'm driving through the big city, I am rolling the windows down. Weather permitting, anyway. Alright, do you have another thing to say after that? No, it's just the same light bacon. Give that thing the suck, and here, nothing special to check. But I did have to be sure. That's me trying to press the jump button in order to do this. That doesn't work because this doesn't do, like, any extra hard button setting kind of stuff. It's basically just assigning it's assigning weak buttons to keys. That's all. All right, we had some ingots here. Which I would love for it to actually be like full-on reassigned controls kind of thing, but I assume that would be a level of work that it'd be even crazier than what we've got going on here. And unsurprisingly, Nintendo would never release its game on PC themselves. And you may be saying, but Retro Studios develop, and obviously yes, but listen, don't start splitting hairs with me about that part because it doesn't actually matter that much. I just said Nintendo because, well, rights holders, you know. Anyway, don't kill those guys all off before we can scan them for their stuff, the night barbs here. They look like mosquitoes. And not like real world mosquitoes. They look like some kind of fantasy mosquito that is significantly larger and will kill you even more severely. You might be saying mosquitoes can't kill you in real life, or usually don't unless they happen to be spreading some sort of really horrible disease like West Nile or something. And maybe not you, but yeah, actually they probably won't kill me either. Still don't like them, but hey. Ruh-roh, Raggy. It's time for the Warrior Ing. Warrioring, which kind of sounds like a name somebody would use for an RP journal. A username. All right. Bro is toast, and can we get anything about that crawling dude over there? The Lightbringer. You know, now I feel like I haven't seen many of these dudes. I mean, granted, I only got as far as Spider Guardian, but like... Is that the only one that we ever saw in the game? Was that one? Sure feels like it. Oh, there's no scan for that thing. Oh, well. Darn. Darn. Nah, we're sizzling. Get back in there. Oh, I was hoping I could make it stop in its tracks. I don't really need to, but hey. Anything else to look at here? Yeah, we're headed towards the temple square here. Yeah? Or at least the former temple square. Get to hang out here for a sec. We can't get at that yet. How do I do that again? Do I have to, like, spider ball this? I mean, clearly what I'm trying to do there is a little bit insane anyway, but... Yeah, I think we do have to spider ball that, so... And then do something goofy to break that thing open, but... Yeah, as you can tell, I do not recall offhand at all, so... Oh, right. We have this guy before Morbius, or whatever his name was. He's doing shockwaves. Is this the Jump Guardian? Yes, it is. I thought for some reason, I was like... Is he later? But no. A Morbus is after we get the 3 keys. If I recall correctly now, because... Yeah, you can tell how good my ability to remember shit is, but... Yeah, he's revving up, and... I need a sec to reorient myself here, dude. Okay, at least I can actually, like, shoot him in the ass a little bit. I thought these guys were literally only vulnerable in the eye for some reason. But I don't think that's actually true. I just got fooled into thinking it for whatever reason. But there we go. There's our space jump boots. Hell yeah. They give these to you bright and early. Judgment. That way is back where we came from. This way is over to center stage, where, to be honest with you, we really can't do a whole lot, but we investigate anyway, I guess. Oh no, this is the portal room. Right. It throws me off so much because usually that place has a thing in it. A launching machine. Really, I think overall we're just going to want to actually head on back here, and then we go do stuff in Light World now that we have double jump. And that is going to be our order of operations. Do you have a scan? Yes, you do. So we should probably get that, like, ASAP here. It's just saying it's been used already. Now this room is open. We can go this way. And not find a ton of information yet, but hey, there's a free missile thing. Look at me failing at a very simple movement there. Whoops. All right. 25 missiles. Very nice. Very nice. And we got some more bats incoming. Tear those guys up real quick. And remember I can jump. By jump, I mean double jump specifically, not like, oh, well, Samus just hasn't been able to jump for a while. What kind of a game would that be? It would be a different one, that's for sure. Is there anything else to do? Yeah, nothing else to do in this room yet. back there. That's where the pirate workstation is. Right. I remember now. I think. Okay, I just had to make sure that the map legend was going to come back. Otherwise, I was going to be very confused trying to read that without. I mean, obviously, it wouldn't make it any harder to read. It just would seem wrong, I guess. Like, you ever just see something and it's like, hey, that doesn't seem right? There you go. Oh, it's like that's going in a completely weird area. You guys have anything to say about those phazon tubes? No, I thought for a second they'd be a scan, because that is a pretty plot relevant, sideways of being a plot relevant object. It's in the class of a set of objects that are usually plot relevant. Oh, I can't scan that thing anymore. Well, I hope that's not a one-off scan. Otherwise, I just done goofed. I do like that the space pirate design in this game. I forget if I said this, but they've got their like lobster claws, so they resemble the Super Metroid variants a little better. Oh, this guy's got his ass-kicking launcher, right? That's not a scan. That's just a notification of one of those things. And that's the local security system disabled. And yeah. We're back on track here. Anything else to check out? So as we did actually see at one point, we can get in those to use the cannon, but I think we're going to have to come around from the other side. From what I read, there's actually an item you can get by doing some stuff with the cannon. So it's not completely worthless. It just sort of looks the part a little bit. No, I can't just beam through this. And yeah, this is just a dark door. And in this slightly gross looking tube. Ooh. As they all rush into the portal. Well, at least I don't have to fight them yet, so. Got that going for us. Although, unfortunately, here's the last couple of dudes who got left behind on watch the door duty here. Or are they just generic pirate troopers? Yeah, remember to pick up all those. Dark Ether. The inactive portal does not count. Might count when it's active, though, so I should probably try to do that at some point. Do you have anything to say? You're not at scan, actually. Yeah, I guess any of the door blockades don't give you scans. Oh. Hey, Dark Samus. You're here to just neener at me. I see. Yeah, let's clean that guy out. Reopen the main blast door, and any more scans in here of obvious note? And the answer is no. I skipped the blue scans in the other room because I know that the pirate scans are going to be red, judging by the fact that we saw all the other ones, so... Same. No, they're different turrets. Ability class turret. Yes, I got the pirate skiff scan. I'm not sure when or where I'm supposed to get that otherwise, but hey. Oh, well, that's just rude. You guys really do just keep doing all this rude shit to these Metroids, and they never like you for it. Who could imagine? They always seem to be so pleasant. Yeesh. Alright. Got another pirate scan for us. And this will surely be the same type of turret as we saw earlier. Well, it's too late to find out now, that's for sure. Oops. Oh well. And a thing operated by a morph ball bomb for some reason. There was one scan in the Metroid Prime, in the original Metroid Prime, that I remember where it was something about the space pirates attempting to replicate Samus's morph ball. And of course that was a horrible idea because it just killed them by like obliterating their spines. All right, this room. Let me make sure I pick up all the goods first before I start doing the puzzle. Puzzle, air quotes. Once you work out how it works, this is pretty easy. Yeah, see, and they even show you the target. So... yeah, assuming I did this in the correct direction, we are be done like instantaneously. Oh. Oh, right, there's an energy tank here. Oh, I forgot about that. Well, hey, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, there we go. That's more sensible. Ish. More sensible-ish. You know. I'm gonna take a look at my map real quick. Did I find a save point? Oh, no, it's just up ahead. Okay. Right. Eh, careful with that, you fool. And this feels like one of the first places where our... Ouch! That's a lot of damage, actually. Where our jump ball is really coming in handy. Other times, just like, hey, here's a little bit of a shortcut, but... No, we can't go that way. Ah, we get some creepy noises here. I feel like I've heard this one before somewhere, not in this game, though. No, not that. Come on. Ah, the, the spread shots. Where are you? There we go. Must be what it feels like to be a slug and get, like, just absolutely have somebody pour an entire bottle of salt on you. Yeah, we've seen that cutscene before. Oh, you don't have a second scan, do you? Okay. Nope. Whoa! That's right. You got the Phazon Shine Spark thing for some reason. That's a move. Yeah, I think I need to wait for Dark Samus to do the super shitter missile to... No? Okay, so it just doesn't look like she drops the barrier, but while she's in motion, you can usually hit her. Usually. It doesn't seem to be perfect, but... Oh, that was a good shot. Heck yeah. Although, again, I'm doing this with PrimeHack, so landing things while not locked on is not nearly as hard. Okay, yeah, it's just getting the elevator. I wasn't sure. I got sidetracked by all the other scan indicators popping up. Oops. That's fine. This room has an old friend. And by an old friend, I mean... I mean that when I assign... Oh, no, it works. Sometimes. Yeah, I'm doing that with the mouse wheel. It's not reliable. If I want to do that better, I do have to switch over to the beam menu, which does require holding the button down, so I don't want to necessarily do that in combat as much, but hey. Works. Are you guys... Yeah, you're a thing. You're just background. Else. And that's just going to tell me, hey, you need the dark beam to do it, so... Good to know. Nothing in here, right? Yeah. This is just this room. So, it's just the overlook. We go back to the portal, and we energize that thing, and... Well, real quick, I'm going to make sure there's no extra shit here for me to pick up. And then I'm going to get into a fight, apparently. Well... I was gonna say, are they jetpacking? I don't think they're jetpacking. I think they're... Yeah, it's a different kind of regular ground-based pirate. I don't remember these guys, actually. I think I must have fought, like, exactly one of them, then. Alright, scan this real quick. Dive in. Stand here for a sec while we regain some energy. Because we're down a whole tank. I got hit in the face pretty hard with a grenade there, so yeah. Anything else to scan? Oh yeah, there's a dark puffer. Sorry, it's dark preed, not a... They're not called puffers in this game, streamer. You fool. You absolute buffoon. Don't you know any of your Metroid lore? No. Oh. Well, that's obviously not going to get us the thing that we need here. Oh, I failed to scan the, like, dark blobbed. I can just induce that myself, though, so I can fix that problem next time. Yeah, there we go. Scan for the nullified crystal. Ah, shit, I forgot to reactivate that. Whatever. That's fine. We've got this under control. Here, can I black that out? Is that a separate scan? Yes, it is. Yeah, this Dark World P-Pod is the same as the other Dark World P-Pods, so... I don't know if there's anything of any real note out there, so let's go take a look. Shit. Yeah, I think this is probably just going to be, like, just all stuff that you need the light beam for. But I do think it's worth checking. Like, that whole path is full of darkness. Wow. It's one sensitive right click. I know I probably applied a little pressure to it while I was trying to do a good hard mouse roll there, but or mouse wheel roll. There we go. Got to give it a good flick to make sure you actually switch these beams. Couldn't hurt to put them on other buttons. Oh, I unassigned those. Oops. You're just a warrioring. I mean, it's not really my favorite thing to fight, but hey. What? Oh yeah, I guess we could also like just have shot the phazon tanks to kill that thing just for the raw damage of it all. Let's clean these dudes up. It's a really huge scaled kappa there. It looks so pixelated. Of course, that's because the kappa emote is like ancient. That's weird because for some reason in my chat box it's showing as very, very large. On stream, yes. The upscaled emotes don't do that for some reason. But also I think that counts as a bit payment, right? So thank you for that. Excuse me. Ugh. Ooh. Yeah, I think it just shows as small in the chat box, just because I guess Streamlabs or whoever never updated that properly. Maybe there's another thing that I have to have on the display to make it, like, show those as events or something. But heck if I know. Just readjusting the mic stand real quick, and taking a look around here. Boy, I wish I could just rotate this with the left stick or something. Oh well, nothing doing. So I now have to remember where the other key that I didn't get was. Oh, jeez. Oh, no, that's just a... I did that before. That's just a light crystal. Oh. Jeez. I keep thinking it's an item, probably because the way it's, like, just stuck there. And you're in a morph ball segment. It does kind of look the part. A little bit. Ooh, right, this room. You gotta search around for 3 scannables. I remember this so well, but hey. A lot of parts of this I don't remember very well. I think I only played it last week. All right. That'll let us... Now let's go into there. And find the light beam. It's probably still a little ways to go, but... What's up with you guys? It just produces fumes, I see. It's the... Yeah, these are the light dudes. We're here to make this crystal experience a little bit of a pain in the ass. I didn't think that was a scan, but this game doesn't seem to do that very much. I.e., make the pickups be scans. Snipe barbs again. Wasn't sure. Yeah, there it is. There it is. There's our light beam. Yeah. Skip that cutscene because among the many things that PrimeHack lets us do. Oh, pfft. Hey. Guys like Chris. That. I know there's a mod out there for at least the GameCube version that disables ammunition. I could have... I don't know if that exists for this version of the game, for Trilogy. I suppose I could have installed that if that's the case, but it'll be fine. It's a mechanic that bugs me a little bit, but it's not horrible to deal with usually. Plus, apparently in my previous run-through, I had actually missed one of the ammunition things too, so I can just do better at that this time. Okay, no, there's no portal. Okay, yeah, the wheel is not necessarily the best way to do that, basically. So I probably should have that bound to, like, some of my buttons. I do have this MMO mouse, so, like, really, why wouldn't I use those, honestly, if I was being a little bit smarter about this? But I think, if nothing else, I just wanted it to work yesterday, so when I was setting it up. So that might have had an effect. And I can't... Okay, yeah, I didn't think I could scan the liquid taint or whatever. There's another key over there. This isn't a boss fight room, is it? Well, it's called Battleground, despite that. I just don't remember this being a room where you fight a boss or anything. Although I do know we're not getting out that way, because... Ah, yeah, here we go. Here's a fight for us, and that door covering thing, I believe, is completely unique, so... You best believe we're going to scan that. Yeah, don't forget to skip the cutscene, you fool. Because otherwise it's just like, oh no, it's Warrior Ings. I mean, they push a fair bit, I guess, but... Yeah, I think it is interesting that they modified how these charge attacks work for the beams compared to Prime 1. Like that scatter shot that you get for the charged, well, again, basically plasma beam. They're like, fine, take it, jeez. And they just cough the key back up. Heck yeah. Nice and easy. That puts us at 2 out of 3. I gotta go back for the one that I missed earlier. But that should also have restored the portal entrance over there, I believe. Anything? No, it does not. Well. Okay, so where's... I guess we go to the... Oh, I don't want to stop the current emulation. That's me hitting the wrong key. Oops. Oops. Go this way. And just sort of dodge around that thing. Able to. So we are, so... Wonderful. Okay, yeah, I just had to be sure because I forgot about this access tunnel entirely. Like, huh? What? Here, will this kill these things at least decently fast? They are dark types, so they resist dark type damage. You know, you can't really sucker punch them all that well. Otherwise, you're not gonna get very far. But we get this thing. Oh, right, this is just a recharge station. I thought for a second maybe it was just wishful thinking, but like I said, I know that I missed an ammo upgrade, but I thought for a second that that might have been it. Unfortunately, that was not the case. So I'm going to take a look and see. Pause that, and then Let's up and see where it is. Roll past everything else in here. Oh, right. Okay. That is the thing that you get outside here. Let me double check that that room name is correct. Yeah, command center. Right, we're in the wrong room compared to what I'm thinking of. But yeah, central mining station. Right. That's the room. That's the one. Alright, that's where the item was, you fool. The door that only wants dark beam on one side. Don't care about you guys. I'm busy. I got other things to do. Yeah, so I think that is supposed to hint at the fact that you can destroy these with the space turrets, but not anything else. Oh, someone seems to be mad at me. Gee, I can't imagine why. Well, let's dislodge from that real quick and... yeah, do some of that. Yeah, well, that earned us a noise. I just want to make sure that there's nothing else for me to smash here before I... switch out of this. Just because otherwise I'll have to come back around. This might be a bit of a tight jump. If we can even make it. There we go, that's better. Just don't aim for the middle necessarily. Okay, grab the pirate log. Oh, see, there it is. There's something we didn't hit. So the game bamboozled me a little bit with that noise. I guess because it was trying to indicate, hey, yeah, the path is open. It's all crates and stuff. There's that. I'm going to clean up all this stuff on the ground level here real quick. On the other hand, there really isn't anything else here, so I guess I gotta just look closer in that area. Maybe there's something that I missed. Maybe there's a morph ball passage that I failed to notice. There would be one there. Oh, yeah, there we go. Nice. And we got ourselves our first beam expansion. Will make my life significantly easier, that's for sure. So now, first of all, I don't think there's anything else for me to get in here right now. There is some stuff. Well, there's a dark beam room up there. I can go for that, I guess. I think I can get there. It's at like the top of the room. Let's do it. Let's try it out. Let's see if we can get that. But otherwise, the next thing to do afterwards would be to go back to the temple room, open the dark beam path, and gain access to that energy tank. And then I have to remember how I get to the other key location. Wow, I didn't even have to shatter that guy. He handled that for me all on his own. Oh shit, right, we get Metroids in this room now. And of course, since the dark beam is basically the ice beam, which kind of makes sense, you know. You think dark is cold, light is hot. It's not necessarily an incorrect way to think it through, but hey. And there's a missile upgrade. We probably didn't require that at the moment, but hey, always better to have it now than have to be searching for it later. Or really want it in the future when you're in a really painful fight. Am I going the correct direction? Yes. Scan these guys. Yeah, just like the screen knockoffs in the previous game, which arguably is not even a true description, but hey. But just like them, they're called shriek bats. Okay. So this room. Do I remember exactly how to do this? And the answer is probably going to be no, but... Ooh, I don't know that I can actually do a proper triple anyway. Because it definitely seems like you'd have to be really fast in doing that first bomb jump. Well, you know, the spring ball jump, rather. If it's even doable. Drop through here, I think. This or something. Yeah, I don't want to look up how to do this again, because it's just like, hey, do I actually remember how to do stuff in this game? And the answer is probably going to be no, but hey. Not it. It's not it either, unsurprisingly. Toward the end of this room? I don't think so. Clearing these dudes out will help me, I guess, be able to tell if that's a new path when I take the crumble block, which it's not going to be. It's going to draw me down there. But nevertheless, yeah, see, it's literally just because this room is a circular pattern. Or I tried doing that. What the hell am I doing again? Yeah, actually, I admit I am kind of stumped, so maybe I do look it up at this point because I know I've done it before. Has nothing to do with that weird chunk of back wall there. It's the other option is I can just like lay bombs basically along the entire length of this bottom here and make sure that I didn't like pass it over in terms of anything to not get broken. Is it as simple as just doing a double bomb jump this way? Yes, it is. Well, that was really embarrassing of me. That's actually like a very, very simple method of... Oh, right. At the very end, you got to be a little careful, but... We can fix that issue in a second. Is it not how you don't jump to that? Jump from that? No, you don't. I saw it that time. There we go. There's our energy tank that I was looking for. Now, obviously, it does no good to go that way because that requires seeker missiles to proceed, and... Like, who would even want to try doing that? Okay. Map screen. So yeah, obviously we can't go there yet. I guess we just switched over to Dark World, and I forget the exact real location of the thing. We'll figure it out when we get there, I think. It'll have to be one of them things. Wrong door. Also, yeah, we managed to open the door from all the way over here with this thing, so you can see how good the range on the power beam is. Like, dang. Really solid. And take the orb cannons. Yeah, I told you it'd be pretty strong. Just asked to re-show me that cutscene for some reason. There's no reason for me to scan that. I didn't think so, but just to be sure. Oh, right. This is just a save station that's closer to Agon Temple. I thought it was something else. So yeah, I think Judgment Pit isn't really useful. Scan. Okay, yeah. So there was at least one item that we didn't get at dueling range, so we may as well go there. Well, it isn't at dueling range itself, obviously. It's in a further room, but... Oh, maybe that's not so obvious. Wait a sec to recover some energy here. Just have a little bit more on the go. Probably help. This way. Kill those with that. As you can tell, or... Why am I explaining the mechanics of the game that from a part we've already played to someone that's watching this? Like, that'd be silly. You already know what I was doing with the light beam. The fact that it does that. Okay. Okay. I need to look back through this so I can hash out where I'm supposed to go again. No, don't do that. Why do I keep accidentally... Other than just being hilariously uncoordinated, I mean, there's that issue. Surely... Wow, alright. That guy kind of fucked my momentum as I was going for that jump. Good job, buddy. You're a real winner, aren't you? As I get to be free to waste another energy tank as a result of just one well-placed shot that kind of ruined me a little bit. It's impressive just how much little things like that can fuck you up in this game. Dang. I wasted a shot. Oh well. I still got plenty of them. Let's come in here, save. I'm actually going to see if maybe the third key is near that arena. Otherwise, I'm like, I don't actually recall where it is. Strangely enough. It's got to be somewhere really obvious, right? Because it is the first one. Otherwise, it'd be kind of strange. Is it? No, that pathway is not inside of the universe. Yeah, no, it's not actually... Well, I mean, there's that side path over there. Is that anything? Yes, it is. There we go. So whatever I was saying before, I was slightly incorrect. Let's get this. And then we come back over here and we get ready to fight Morbius or whatever this thing is called. Out the window again by accident. Okay, let's do this. Now, this boss, I remember having to try twice, but I don't think it was actually that hard in the greater scheme. I just wasn't very good at it. Let's get Am Orbs scans here. 40% of all logbook scans download already. That's... wow. Well, thank you for telling me that, game, but I guess that's because you didn't really have a good chance to do it before, so... Alright, I guess. Yeah, scan. And yeah, just let it swallow you. It's just like the Metroid Queen. But way uglier on like every level. And also kind of like smooth in terms of how gross it is. Ah, yeah, here we go. Oh, right, these are on a time limit, so I gotta actually go and... I gotta go and deal with the other Michael Morbius head again. Although, man, the light beam, unsurprisingly, does a fucking number on this thing. Like, not that I was truly surprised, but dang. It put that thing's health in the ground. Actually, I think I'm just going to use regular charge beam to deal with. Deal with the base worms here. Actually, I want to check something real quick. I want to make sure that I haven't screwed this up somehow. Oh, no, not lore. Creatures, Dark Ether, Guardians, yeah, Amorbus. Yeah, okay, so we've got all the scans because you can see all those meters are maxed out. So we're good to go. We can just focus on blowing this thing's ass up, and the rest of it too, for that matter. I mean. Yeah, see, easy fight for babies. How'd I ever lose to this thing? And there we go. There's our dark suit. We got our funny shoulders now for some reason. It's not like that's the most like not good suit design the series has ever had or anything. I mean, people don't like the green color of Fusion Varia suit. I actually kind of like it, but I do understand why some people would be like, "Oh, that's kind of bad." Because, well, it's not necessarily the most pleasant color, I'll tell you that for free. Anyway, we've seen this cutscene before. Skip it. We are using cutscene skips judiciously in order to try to get back up to where we were in a relative, not too much amount of time, comparatively speaking. And yeah, I know that's some great use of words, but listen, it's only downhill from here. Don't worry. I just don't want to fight these guys. I could, but I don't want to. Oh, well, I guess I have to then. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that to sort of even the odds a little bit here. Oh no, I could have just gone right down the middle. Do you mind, dude? And the answer is yes, obviously, but hey. All right, we're back through. We're safe. And we're gonna go this way. Same ones, or they? That was just a weird. Yeah, the smoke just has weird graphical effects. That's right. That's right. I forgot about that. They just have like the weird bit of like white and black at times that it kind of looks like something weird is going on with it. But there's not, oddly enough. Excellent. There we go. Very, very nice. Just taking a minute to look at some stuff here. Okay, there's some work I can do over in the light side path there, right? Think. Let's go find out. And yeah, I really need to refill my supply of light beam ammo at some point. Oop, hey, get in there. Yeah, nice big launch there. Oh, oops. Ah, things are running away from me. So I find it kind of amusing how severely I got knocked back there. Oh, that leads somewhere I can't deal anything with. I wonder if that's like an elevator from Sanctuary or something. Because that, I think, is where we get the power bombs. So it would make sense. There we go. Yeah, I thought there was something there, but I wasn't completely sure. Either way, back we go. Still, it would have been worth a look anyway, even if there hadn't been anything there. For now, we are going to get ourselves to a... I mean, I guess I could just go back to the ship, couldn't I? Can I? I think I'd have to take the long way, but... Aside from that... Oh, yeah, there's no reason for me to be here. What am I doing? I'm just sort of operating slightly on auto. To which I say, oops. All right, and go this way. Oh, yeah, I probably should have got dark ammo. But I think I was thinking I'm just going back to the ship anyway. So I can resupply there. And indeed, I think that's what I'm going to do. Is just go save at the ship. It's not that way. Left, I guess? Yeah. Don't do that. I keep trying to press escape to close the map menu because I'm a fool. But that brings up the, hey, do you want to stop the current emulation menu? Which, no, I don't want to do that. Oh yeah, there's this to pick up. Alright. Yeah, just save at the ship. There's stuff for us to do next time. Even other than just go and unlock Torvus Bog. I mean, there's a couple of items that I can get now, or at least one that I can get now that I have the bombs. That I know of immediately off the top of my head, so... yeah. Anyway. That will probably be on Monday, because, yeah, it's Friday, apparently. Although I guess this is what happens when I'm out of commission for most of the week. Oh well.